Hi, welcome to another episode of Adventure Arkansas. Today I'm going to be doing a bike check on my brand new 2018 Trek Remedy 8. It's a size large, 19.5. Let's start with the frame. The frame is 150 millimeters of travel with the RockShox Deluxe shock in the rear. It's got a 160 millimeter travel Lyric RC fork in the front. Moving down to the wheel set, it's got a Bontrager Line Comp 30 wheel set, 30 millimeters internal width, aluminum, paired with a pair of Bontrager XR4 Team Issue tubeless ready tires. They're 27.5 by 2.4 width. I have them set up tubeless right now. Let's move up to the cockpit. This bike comes spec'd with 780mm bars, 35 clamp size, and it's got about an inch of rise. Moving on to the brakes, it comes with Guide R brakes, which is 180 millimeter rotor in the front, 160 in the back. Moving on to drivetrain, it's got a SRAM GX 12-speed shifter, Descendant 6K aluminum crankset, 12-speed chain, GX Eagle derailleur, 10 to 50 12-speed GX cassette. It's got a 50 millimeter stem. On this side of the bar, you can see the dropper post lever. This is Bontrager's in-house 150 millimeter dropper post. I really like its execution. It's really well done. The only bad thing is that it's got a little side-to-side play on the seat, but that's okay. As you can see, I've got about 5 mil of room to play with here. I'm right on the edge of sizing. If I was just that little bit shorter, I would have sized down to medium and been able to fit 125 mil dropper instead of 150. Up here on top of this is a Bontrager Evoke 2 saddle. I'm going to change this out eventually. It's not very comfortable right now, too much padding. I've got DD compound plastic pedals with 6 splines per pedal. So I wanted to talk about why I chose the Remedy over a smaller trail bike such as the Fuel EX or the Specialized Camber. So the main reason why I went with the Remedy was because it had the regular size tires, even though these still are 2.4 and are quite large. It's not a plus size, and it's also not a 29er. The last bike that I had was a 29er hardtail. I loved it. It was good about monster trucking over stuff, but it also was not very precise in my line choice. So a smaller wheel size really helps with being able to pick your line. Being full suspension, it does trek over stuff a lot easier, but also with the 650 plus wheel size, I didn't feel like it was, a very agile machine. I actually test rode a Fuel EX8, and I didn't like the way that the plus size wheels were still kind of sluggish, like 29ers. I did like how the plus size wheels floated over small stuff like rocks and roots, but that's something that I was willing to compromise for something that was a little bit more playful in the downhill. So for the area that I ride in, mostly kind of northeast Alabama, this bike is probably overkill. You can see, I don't use all the travel. I use probably like 80% of it right now. And even then, I still have some room to play with. I haven't hit all the big features on my local trail system because I'm still, working on skills. But it's definitely capable of anything the Southeast can throw at it. I'm definitely wanting to go up to either Chattanooga, Pisgah, anything from North Carolina, Tennessee, that area. There's a lot of good stuff up there that I'm really wanting to try out now that I have a more capable bike. Let's do a comparison on downhill versus uphill on this bike versus the Fuel EX. So on uphill, I really liked how the Fuel climbed. It was deliberate about it. It floated really well over the rocks and small chatter, and also because it had less travel, it was also a lot more reactive to pedal input. It didn't squash down as much. That being said, the Remedy still climbs very well. I was impressed with how well it climbed, especially since you have the option to lock out the shock on the back. Whenever I'm climbing, I usually just keep it on pedal mode and I don't lock it out fully. That's just because I like to have a little bit of cushion in there. Even if it's not fully efficient, I like how comfortable it is. On the matter of descending, the Remedy beats the Fuel EX hands down any descent, any place, anywhere. The Remedy is such a more capable bike downhill, you can't even understand. On the two bikes that I compared, the Remedy came with RockShox front and rear, whereas the Fuel EX came with a Fox with a grip damper up front instead of the Charger that's in the RockShox, and a regular Fox float in the rear. I really liked how active the suspension is on this bike compared to the Fuel. On the Fuel, the rear shock was really plush, really active, but on the front, since it's got the 3-position grip damper instead of the Fit 4, not so much. I feel like the Fox, the grip damper on the Fox was not as good as the Charger that's in the Lyriq right now. If you were to step that up to a Fit 4 in the Performance Elite series or the Factory series, I feel like it could have been a different game. But at this price point, around $3,300, you know, the Remedy beats the Fuel EX in spec pretty well in my book. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, like, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Have a great day.